And for the main components is the CPU, and the CPU is Intel Core i5-10400F desktop processor with 6 cores up 4.3 GHz without processor, graphics LGA 1200 Intel 400 series chipset, and it has a 65 watts. This CPU it has a 6 cores and 12 threads and socket type LGA 1200, and it can up to 4.3 GHz with compatible with Intel 400 series chipset based motherboards. And also it is Intel Optane memory support. So that's it for the CPU. And for the motherboard is Gigabyte each 470 Auras Pro AX. This motherboard supports 10th Gen Intel Core series processor with dual channel non-ECC and buffered DDR4 with 4 DIMM slots, and it has direct 11 pieces digital VRM solution. And for the advanced thermal design with enlarged surface heatsink, the Smart Fan 5 features multiple temperature sensors and hybrid fan headers with fan stop. The Intel Optane memory ready with onboard Intel Wi-Fi 6 800 2.11ex 2T2R and BT5 with Aura's antenna. So that's it for the motherboard. And for the RAM is G.Skill 16GB with 28GB Trident Z RGB series DDR4 with PC4 20800 and 3600 MHz with 288 pins desktop memory model. This RAM is capacity of 16GB with 28GB and the type is 288 pins DDR4 is the RAM with speed of DDR4 3600 MHz, PC4 28800 and the CES latency of 16 timing 1619 1939 voltage with 1.35 voltage ACC, and it has a buffered and registered with unbuffered multi-channel kit, dual channel kit color black heat spreader. So that's it for the RAM. And for the M.2 or SSD is WD Black SN750 1TB NVMe internal gaming SSD with Gen 3 PCIe and M.2 2280 with 3D NAND, and this is an exclusive WD Black SSD dashboard with gaming mode improves game performance with the available in capacities ranging from 250GB to 2TB, and for the ideal of for enthusiasts building custom desktops or gaming rigs, the NVMe drive not compatible with SATA interface. So that's it for the M.2 or SSD. And for the case is ZXT H510 CA H510 B1. This case is a compact ATX mid-tower PC gaming case with front I/O USB Type-C port, and it has tempered glass side panel with AC cable management system, and it's compatible for water cooling. This case is new features with front I/O USB Type-C port and tempered glass side panel with single screw installation, and the enhanced cable management with patented cable routing kit with pre-installed channels and straps makes wiring easy and intuitive. And for the streamline has two air F120mm fans included for optimal internal airflow, and the front panel and PSU intakes include removable filters, removable bracket design for radiators up to 240mm, simplifies the installations of either closed loop or custom loop water cooling. And this case motherboard support for mini ITX, micro ATX, and ATX motherboard. So that's it for the case. And for the CPU color is NZXT Kraken X63 280mm. It's IO RGB CPU liquid color, and it has rotating infinity mirror design, improved pump with the powered by CAM version 4, and it has RGB connector. And the ear P140mm radiator fans has two included fans. The design with a redesigned cap and larger infinity mirror ring LED, the new Kraken X allows for adjusting the orientation of the pump head to fit without affecting the direction of the logo. Bigger and brighter with 10% bigger infinity mirror cap allows for more vivid RGB, and a routing cap accommodates reorienting the logo no matter the direction the color is installed. And for the better control, has full cam integration allows you to manage your Kraken's performance with precision. With the incredible performance is the ERP radiator fans feature a chamfered thick and fluid dynamic bearing that provides silent operation durability and powerful cooling performance. And for the simple installation, the fine nylon mesh sleeves strengthen the rubber tubing, providing durability and protection against mishandling. This CPU cooler has compatible socket, and CPU is for Intel socket LG1151, 1150, 1155, 1156, 1366, 2011-3, 2066, and also for AMD socket AM4 TR4 bracket not included. So that's it for the CPU color. And for the PSU or the power supply is EVGA 700GD 80 plus gold 700 watts power supply 100GD 0700V1, and this PSU or power supply is 80 plus gold certified with 90% efficiency or higher under typical loads, with angle 12 volts real DC to DC converter to improve 3.3 volts and 5 volts stability with active power factor correction, and also it has 5 years and unparalleled EVGA customer support with heavy duty protection including OBF over voltage protection, UBF under voltage protection, UCP over current protection, OPP over power protection, and ECP short circuit protection. So that's it for the PSU or the power supply. And for the graphics card or a GPU is ZOTAC Gaming GeForce RTX 3070 Twin Edge. This graphics card or a GPU is, it has a 5888 CUDA cores with 8GB GDDR6 of video memory, and it has 256 bits of memory bus. And for the engine clock is, it can boost up to 1725 MHz with Gbps of memory clock and 4.0 by 16 PCI Express. And for the display outputs is, it has a 3 display ports 1.4A up to 7680 by 4320 at 60 Hz, and HDMI 2.1 inch up to 7680 by 4320 at 60 Hz. With ultra high speed HDMI cable is required to support 8K at 60 fps or 4K at 120 fps, and it has 2.3 HDCP support. And for the multi-display capability, which is, it has a quad display with recommended power supply of 650 watts, and for the power consumption is 220 watts. And for the power input or the power connectors on this graphics card or a GPU is, it has by 2 8-pins power input. And this graphics card or a GPU is, it has a DirectX 12 Ultimate with 4.6 OpenGL, and for the cooling is, it has a iStorm 2.0 with slot size of dual slot, and for the SLI is not supported. And for the card length of this graphics card or a GPU is, it has 231.9mm by 141.3mm by 41.5mm at 9.1 inch by 5.6 inch by 1.6 inch. So that's it for the graphics card or a GPU. So that's it. Good luck to your PC build and see you in the next video. Thank you.